Well, the girls are all done. Now it's my turn to go. I need to get Steph Cat back. We jump in and I'm going home without a bear. It's unbelievable to me at this point. I looked at Darnie right before I left and I said, I'm gonna make a return trip. And he's like, anytime. I said, I'm glad you said that because I'll be back tomorrow. Just unbelievable action.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given. Yeah, through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. If others fail, make sure you succeed. On the edge.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning, Vortex, Cabela's, Hornady, Jimbo's and Black Gold, Stealth Cam, Walker's Game Ear, Outdoor Edge, High Mountain Seasonings, Plano, Tenzing, Gold Tip Arrows, Driving Force, Prime Bows, G5 Broadheads, Grizz Targets, Hawk Tree Stands, Rifle Caddy, and Tree Stand Buddy.
You know, in this particular hunt, you know, we were so wrapped up with Steph, the contest winner, and then making sure Lana had a quality hunt, that we didn't get a lot of time to do hunting for me.
But this week, it wasn't about me. It was about the ladies this week, and I couldn't be prouder of taking part in this. Lana Kisslinger, the stud bear hunter of Kisslinger Camp for 2017. Up in the stand for her first time and smashes an absolute giant blonde bear with a crossbow. Couldn't be happier for Lana, congratulations. And let's not forget Steph Cat. Steph Cat's our contest winner from our Facebook social media giveaway. First time bear hunter, first time bow hunter, and she gets up here and absolutely drills a tank of a bear herself. And I just feel very blessed to be a part of that whole ordeal and couldn't be happier.
This is at a point where I need to get back. I need to get Steph Cat back. You know, she's got to go to work and whatever else. We jump in and I'm going home without a bear. It's unbelievable to me at this point. That said, you know, we jump in, get all of our stuff packed, say our goodbyes, and I looked at Darnie right before I left and I said, I'm gonna make a return trip. And he's like, anytime. I said, I'm glad you said that because I'll be back tomorrow. Quick trip all the way back to Red Deer, where I call home, and get our stuff, kind of get Steph dropped off and taken care of, do a quick laundry, wash up all my gear, literally turn around and go back. Darnie and the rest of the crew at Kisslinger go the extra mile. I know they have for us and the Edge crew, but it's no different for anyone that comes to their camp. I mean, it's a beautiful location. It's well run, right down to accommodations, hot showers, saunas, and impeccable food. You know, they have a chef in there that just does a fantastic job. His idea of breakfast is 3 courses and homemade donuts. And this is all out of bear camp, so I don't think you can get any more upscale than that for a hunt camp, for sure. Bear hunting, it's a hunt I look forward to every spring. I mean, we've had a bit of a layoff from our regular season. Turkey and bear are the first ones to come up in the spring. So I always really look forward to the bear hunt. You know, I've been bear hunting since I was probably, 12 years old. You know, nowadays when I bear hunt, I focus from a mature standpoint. And that's something that baiting these bears allows us to do. It allows us to get them in tight. We're not in a rush, so we can make sound judgment on the bear that we do decide to take. That plays a key role in the management side of things. We're not taking, we have enough time to figure out if it's a male or a female, sow or boar. We have enough time to kind of judge its age. And we're looking at these animals from anywhere from sometimes 5 feet to 20, 25 yards. And with binoculars even. So, I mean, there's usually enough time to really focus in and pick that quality animal.
This segment brought to you by Jim Bowes Archery and Black Gold.
I think in order to be proficient with any weapon, no different than a gun, traditional bow, whether it be compound or recurve, longbow, or the crossbow, in order to become proficient with it, it's simple, practice. And the key to quality practice is a mindset that allows you to sort of, you're not just gonna get on target and let it rip. Every shot is sent with purpose, and it's all about, perfect practice, really. But when you really break it down, it's all about a respect for the animal. We're out there and we're choosing to take the life of an animal, which is a big choice to make, and you want to do it as efficiently as possible. So yeah, I mean, becoming effective with any weapon, what you put in it is what you're going to get out for a result. It's already looking good. First bear in. Well, there's probably 3 or 4 bears here. We got a nice boar at the beginning now. 18 and a half, 19 inches. 18 and a half. And we're just gonna hold out. I know I see the trail cam back of a really good bear. He looked good in the pictures. And I'm thinking he's over 20. So this bear comes from behind us, right down the trail that we walked in on, walks right by, 10 feet from the stand. We have to let him pass. I knew instantly that this was the bear that we were after. Just a gorgeous color-phased bear, huge. Age class, it's so difficult to judge on those bears, but this is a big, mature boar. He comes in, like I said, 10 feet past the stand, heart's racing. I'm already up. I got my bow in my hands. Click the GoPro on and rock and roll time. Comes into the bait, gets in there, a little bit of a weird angle, runs another bear off. So we know obviously he's the dominant bear in the area. And turns broadside. So he gets all the way around, and as it's coming around, I'm starting to lose it. Like, I'm in the stand, and I'm losing it because this is a big bear. I grab another arrow, knock it, he comes around, and he goes quartering away from me. And, in the camera angle, when I reviewed the footage, it looked pretty extreme, but really from where I was, I felt really comfortable about tucking another one in there. We're talking 20 yards max. I settled the pin, cut the second arrow loose, and I mean, aces right on the money. That is a stud bear, and if I'm not mistaken, he's colored. I'm not really good with the colors, but did you see that first arrow go through him? He just stood there like he got hit, like another bear got him. I was shaking so freaking hard. I'm falling apart right now. So, I turn around and do the whole high five thing in the tree stand. Cameraman and I are both super excited, super jacked up. Just a phenomenal finish to our hunt here at Kisslinger. Oh, I don't usually get worked up with bears, but that dude is such a pretty bear. And he's big. Not only did I think the first arrow was good, but the second arrow, if I shot it 100 times, that's where I'd want to put it. Anyway, I'm thinking this. I'm gonna be able to watch this bear fall over, and he runs, and he runs, and he's starting to get into the timber and into the swamp, and he disappears.
The Edge is brought to you by Rifle Caddy.
Here we are again. I mean, northern Saskatchewan. I love this place. Jumbo bears and lots of them. Again, you know, we're at one of the best camps in the entire planet. I'll say it again. I don't care if it sounds like a plug. Kisslinger Outfitting, Darnie, the whole crew. I mean, love you to death. Can't thank you enough for having us up here again. Just unbelievable action. So I wasn't worried at all, you know, high-fiving, partying, carrying on. And, you know, we sat down, we gained our composure. You know, we gave that bear maybe an hour. All right, well, we waited about 45 minutes or an hour. I mean, we could see with binoculars, it was, he was leaking heavily, even on the first arrow. We got to contend with a few bears here. So we got the bear spray out and ready to go. No shotgun with us, so we got the bow and some pepper spray. And with any luck, I'm faster than the cameraman, so I should be okay. Went for the blood trail, and I mean, he's leaking hard, you know, hard. Follow him up, and all of a sudden, underneath my feet starts going splash, splash. We're getting into the swamp, deeper and deeper. And every step that we get further into the swamp, this blood starts to disappear. So with the dissipating blood trail, panic is kind of setting in, for me especially, and there's bears everywhere. Every time you look up, there's, you know, a hint of black going through the bush, and bear sprays out, and safeties are, you know, right in your hand, that kind of a thing. You never know if the next bear is going to be the one that you wounded. We followed that blood for a solid 300 yards, and this bear is still not tipped over. By the time we get to this point, it is pin drop, 10 yards, pin drop, and that is it. By the time, you know, mid-afternoon rolls around, we've probably gone 300 yards on the blood trail, a solid 300 or 400 yards in just fanning out and doing the circle search, and nothing. Absolutely gone. Every one of us sitting there scratching our heads, and nobody has an answer. So yeah, the decision's made that, you know, either this bear has gone into the swamp, into the deep swamp, and we can't get to him, or he's not fatally wounded, which totally blew my mind. I mean, even to the concept of that, knowing what happened, was just ludicrous to me. But here we are in another scenario where, you know, it is what it is, and what are you going to do? I mean, you put a solid effort in on trying to follow up and make this recovery, and it just didn't happen. You know, the decision was made to just kind of let that area die down, come back in and sit the stand, you know, in a couple nights, and just see if there's any kind of activity, any kind of birds, are there new bears on the bay, just anything that would be different to kind of give us an idea. And that's exactly what we did. I think we let it actually sit for one day, and then the following night I went in and sat it again. Saw a few bear, but no birds, no sign of this great big brown one. He's vanished. You know, it's just one of these things where I want to go and hunt, and of course everybody wants to be successful, but there were a few bears on our hit list. This big brown one wasn't the only one. And Darnie started to see what we called the jumbo black, and he was coming into a different site. So we were on bears as soon as I got back. Now this trip a little unique because I wasn't toting around a cameraman either. We self-filmed this, which is a whole other ball of wax. One of the other things, you know, about bear hunting this time of year is just that you gotta take a really good look, especially if you're planning on using the hide for anything. Take a really good look, make sure they're not rubbed up. So, it should be a great night. 7 bears already, we've been here 15 minutes. But there was one particular bear we were after, you know, we're gonna hold out for him. What we did differently this time is we opted to bring in a ground blind, set up a ground blind early afternoon instead of going up into the tree stand. Just kind of change it up a little bit, change it up for us, change it up for the bears. I was a little nervous whether that ground blind would actually, hamper the regular routine of these bears that are coming in to feed. And it was very apparent 5 minutes into it that that was not going to be the case. We have literally bears everywhere at this point. I mean, again, it's one of those evenings that's, just in your eyesight in front of you. 10, 12 bears, and I look out to the right, and here he comes down the trail, and it's one of these deals. It's like seeing a 180-inch whitetail. You know instantly this is the one.
This segment brought to you by Stealth Camp.
He is humongous, and I'm watching him chase sows off in the side. Comes around, makes another big circle to our right again, and he starts coming in, and I just knew it was, I don't know, it just looked like he was going to come in and give me my shot. Any kind of shot that he gives me, I'm taking it, and we're going to seal the deal on this. Well, this bear comes in, checks out one other little sow, and then just turns and comes broadside across in front of us. I'm shaking like a leaf. When that arrow hit that bear, he riled up and then bolted. And he ran maybe 15 yards, and then he just stopped. And he started to walk. And I thought, what in the world is going on? And just coming off of a big heartbreaker with that brown bear, I'm thinking, what is going on? And he walked a little bit, and when he turned, I could see that big gaping wound right in the front shoulder. You could see the blood pouring out of him from 35, 40 yards away. And he simply just walks off into the woods.
We just smoked our targeted bear. It's a good shot, too. I seen it come right out the front shoulder on the opposite side, and he was bleeding pretty good. He just walked off real slow, so somebody's got a little sunshine in their pocket. Oh, feeling good, feeling really good.
So I'm sitting there, and now the shot's good. I know the shot's good, but here we go again. All these things start to run through your mind. And I mean, I'm starting to vibrate. My knees are shaking. I'm shaking. The whole thing, I got to gain my composure. So, just like anything else, we give that bear a solid 45 minutes to an hour. But this time, I'm going to go and do a follow-up. I'm going to go grab my arrow. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to look for the blood trail because I saw it, he was leaking pretty good.
Well, it's been about 30 minutes. Just got the seek out now. I mean, lots of daylight. Most people would say, well, why do you need to seek to find your bear? Well, I'm a little bit on the colorblind side, so this really helps me pick up the heat. If that blood's still warm, it'll show up on the ground. So I'm just gonna go check for the arrow and hopefully find it up here somewhere. Oh yeah. Good blood. All the way. Get. he's right here. He's right here. Right on. Oh. All right, well, there you have it, folks. Great Kisslinger black bear right here, northern Saskatchewan, Kisslinger outfitting. And yeah, nothing's changed. Bears everywhere. 3 or 4 bears right around us right now. And just managed to get this guy drug out. Have a little fixed spot so you could have a look at him, but big old pumpkin head on him. I mean, couldn't be happier, really. Again, this is what you come to northern Saskatchewan for. I mean, big bears, lots of big action, and never a dull moment. Trust me when I say that.
That's a wrap, you know, for Spring Bear 2017. Again, big shout out to Darnie and the whole crew at Kisslinger Outfitting. You know, these guys are aces, top notch, and if you're ever looking for a black bear experience that will absolutely blow your mind, check these guys out, give them a call, and get hooked up.
Thanks for tuning in this week, and we'll see you on the next hunt.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning, Vortex, Cabela's, Hornady, Jim Bows and Black Gold, Stealth Cam, Walker's Game Ear, Outdoor Edge, High Mountain Seasonings, Plano, Tenzing, Gold Tip Arrows, Driving Force, Prime Bows, G5 Broadheads, Grizz Targets, Hawk Tree Stands, Rifle Caddy, and Tree Stand Buddy.
I just got off the phone with Darnie over at Bear Camp. He put one of his American hunters in that same blind where the brown bear was. That bear walked in at 7 o'clock last night like nothing was wrong. Came to the bait, and that American hunter shot him with the rifle. You talk about a bear with 9 lives. He only had 1 lung. You know, 5 days later, just kind of puts it at ease, right? That despair's down. The kicker is, I asked him, I said, how big is he? Is he as big as I thought? They measured his skull, 21 inches. Incredible.